Mindful journaling transforms fleeting thoughts into lasting insights, cultivating a garden of inner clarity. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, in our Wellbeing Wednesday segment, we talk about the benefits of mindful journaling. Enjoy. Mindful journaling is more than just putting words on paper. It is a practice of deep self-reflection that allows you to slow down and be fully present with your thoughts. Instead of letting your mind race through the day's worries or tasks, journaling gives you a structured way to observe your emotions, thoughts, and experiences. When you take a few minutes each day to write, you create a space to process your feelings in a non-judgmental way. This practice helps you notice patterns, identify triggers, and ultimately gain a greater understanding of yourself. When you write with mindfulness, you bring awareness to your present experience. Instead of simply recording events, you explore how those moments made you feel and what you learned from them. This helps you shift from reacting to situations to responding with clarity. The act of journaling itself slows you down, helping you focus on the now rather than worrying about the past or future. With consistent practice, mindful journaling becomes a tool that deepens your self-awareness and allows you to cultivate a more intentional and fulfilling life. One of the most powerful benefits of mindful journaling is the increased self-awareness it brings. When you take time to write about your experiences, you begin to notice patterns in your emotions, behaviors, and reactions. This insight allows you to understand yourself on a deeper level, helping you make more intentional choices in your daily life. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by your emotions, you can start to recognize what influences them and how you can respond in healthier ways. Journaling also creates a sense of clarity. When your thoughts feel scattered, putting them on paper organizes them in a way that makes them easier to process. You may begin writing feeling confused or uncertain, but by the time you finish, you often find new perspectives and solutions you hadn't considered before. This clarity allows you to make decisions with greater confidence, rather than being driven by automatic reactions or fleeting emotions. Stress can feel overwhelming, but journaling provides a simple yet effective way to release built-up tension. Writing about your worries, fears, or frustrations allows you to process them rather than letting them stay bottled up inside. When you express your emotions in writing, you reduce their power over you. You create distance between yourself and the stress, making it easier to gain perspective and find solutions. Mindful journaling also encourages emotional regulation. Instead of feeling consumed by stress, you can use your journal to track what triggers it and how you respond. This awareness helps you develop healthier coping strategies and shift your mindset. Over time, journaling trains you to recognize when stress arises and handle it with more calm and balance. Rather than reacting impulsively, you learn to pause, reflect, and respond in a way that supports your well-being. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions you can cultivate, and journaling is a perfect way to strengthen it. When you take time each day to write down what you're grateful for, you train your mind to focus on the positive. Even on difficult days, there is always something to appreciate: a kind gesture, a beautiful moment, or simply the fact that you made it through the day. By keeping a gratitude journal, you shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Instead of focusing on what's missing or what went wrong, you start seeing all the good in your life. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to naturally look for the positive, making you more resilient and optimistic. Gratitude journaling also deepens your appreciation for the present moment, allowing you to experience more joy in everyday life. Journaling doesn't just help you reflect on emotions, it also builds resilience. When you write about challenges, setbacks, or difficult emotions, you give yourself space to process them in a healthy way. Instead of suppressing feelings, you acknowledge them and work through them with greater awareness. This helps you develop emotional strength, making it easier to handle future obstacles. By regularly journaling, you start to notice patterns in how you face adversity. You may realize that you have overcome challenges in the past, which gives you confidence to face new ones. Writing about your struggles also helps you find meaning in them, transforming difficult moments into opportunities for growth. The more you practice mindful journaling, the stronger and more emotionally resilient you become. The key to experiencing the benefits of journaling is consistency. To build a lasting practice, start small. Set aside just 5 minutes a day to write about your thoughts, feelings, or experiences. You don't need to have the perfect words. Just focus on being present and honest with yourself. Experiment with different journaling techniques to see what works best for you. Some people prefer structured prompts, like writing about what they're grateful for or reflecting on a challenge they faced. Others enjoy free writing, letting their thoughts flow without any rules. Whatever method you choose, the most important thing is to show up consistently. Over time, journaling will become a habit that supports your mental clarity, emotional well-being, and personal growth. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.